I wanted to make this video because I did not think, hey listeners, I am sorry. This always starts off with me never saying hey to you guys first. Hello to all of you and to newcomers as well. When I tell you that I did not think this issue would come back to me out of fucking nowhere, it came back to me out of nowhere. And it came back to me in a way to where I just never would have asked for it. So remember that thirsting over Jonathan Majors video that I made? Hold on. This one right there. Remember that? I made that one and have mentioned in that one when I was on Twitter that people were actually getting all up in a riot about Jonathan Majors potentially having a white girlfriend or having a white girlfriend and a daughter who is mixed, right? When I tell you, or child, I think he had a daughter, whatnot. When I tell you, this short came to me literally when I never asked for it to do so. Now, one thing you'll be like, why are you worrying about this? There's more important things in the world. Now, some people will say that, and there is more important things in the world. However, you want to ask me about this shit, or you want to tell me that type of stuff when there are people who are making whole reviews of a video game that just came out when there's more important things in the world. Like, yeah, people are making videos of things that have nothing to do with the real world, and I am one of those people. And you can shame me all you want for it, but here's the issue is that you could also make videos of things that are happening in the real world too. You know, YouTube is free to everyone. Honestly, at times I think it shouldn't be free to everybody, but you could also start making videos of things that are happening in the real world if you really want to hear something about that. Become the person who starts saying things, you know, if you can't hear anybody else saying it. But anyways, back to this shit. We're gonna watch this together. We're just gonna watch this together. She started out by saying she loves Jonathan Majors, and something in her told her that he had a white girlfriend. And I'm just like, what tells you that someone has a certain race of a significant other? When I saw him, I didn't think that at all. I was thinking in my head, I was just like, he better not have some fucking body. That's how I was thinking when I saw him the first time I saw him in The Harder They Fall. I was thinking in my head, I was just like, this homeboy better not have anybody, goddamn it, because I want him to have me. Nah, we gonna watch them together.
Girlfriend. And when Antoinette revealed to me that he was in Sweden somewhere with a blonde-haired white woman, I don't celebrate that. I'm not gonna celebrate their children that they have.
Oh my God.
That sounds so cruel. What the fuck? Wait, okay. So with him having a white girlfriend and whatnot, we're just gonna speak on it. Him having a white girlfriend and whatnot, it's not surprising. That's probably why, like, you know, with hearing this shit, I hate hearing about it every time I see him. Mainly because it's a recent thing. When I saw him in The Harder They Fall and even heard about him in Lovecraft County, I didn't hear or see him, like, you know, having a girlfriend at all, if I'm gonna be honest with you. When I would look stuff up on him, when he did interviews, he never really mentions it, like talking with. And they would never ask him about it. And so I'd be like, oh, okay. He probably either doesn't have one or he does, but he doesn't want her to, like, be out in the limelight. Because, you know, with Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P., I love Chadwick. I'm about to cry. I'm sorry. He had, you know, a significant other. And, like, you know, the public didn't know so much about them. Probably because he didn't want them to, like, you know, be shown in the limelight. Or they didn't want to, you know. So I was thinking in my head, just like, oh, yeah, that's similar to Jonathan Majors. He's not going to mention his significant other or whatnot, probably because they don't want to be mentioned, or he doesn't want them to be mentioned. I'm sorry, I paused for a bit. A tiny baby spider proceeded to try me today, and I'm just out with it. But anyways, yes, you know, I remember that when he was doing interviews, I never really heard about him having a girlfriend. I mean, shit, I barely heard about him having, like, a child until he himself had mentioned it, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so to just see this recently more and more, I'm just like, I'm sick. Like, why? Him having a white girlfriend is not surprising. The reason why I said that earlier is because, honestly, as I get older and older, I see more of interracial couples where usually it is the man who is black, and I mean black and white interracial couples, not any other race. The man who is black and the woman who is white. I usually see that, but I grow up and see that more and more. Now recently I'm seeing that the woman is black and the man is white, and some couples, or more recently, you know, couples are rising in that way. And with either or, I mean, shit, it wasn't really that big of an issue. I only hate it when it's made out to be like it should be an issue. I would talk about that and things I don't like when it comes to, like, opinions about me. I don't like when there is something that really honestly doesn't seem like it would be an issue. I hate when it's made out to be like it's an issue when it's really not. Like that, like for me, it's not really that big of an issue for me. One, because honestly, if he wanted to have a girlfriend that was a different race, he would have been got with somebody that was a different race. Maybe his preference is white girls, or maybe we should wait and see what his next girlfriend is if he chooses to have a next girlfriend. Or maybe we shouldn't even give a fuck to begin with, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, he ain't gonna be with you. And if he wanted to be with you, he would have got with you, and you would have got with him, goddammit. So anyways, let's continue.
It doesn't make me be like, yes, like, you know, some people together, you're like, I love them together.
That's how we all got here, a white woman and a black man.
Help me through this. I don't have a logical answer.
And what I get agitated about is because it's commercially trendy for people to be in interracial relationships, it's become a presentation of diluted blackness. Like, aren't you happy to see like all these mixed families in Cheerios commercials? No, because the storytelling is not a mixed story. The storytelling is this is what's digestible for white people.
I don't mind.
Okay, I get it in her sense. When she actually explained it out, okay, I get it in her sense. Not her bringing up the Cheerios commercial. I'm sorry, but I almost like busted out laughing because she's correct on that. Like in Cheerios commercials, I usually will see interracial couple of some sorts. That shit almost made me laugh. I was just like, damn, I didn't even realize, or I didn't even remember. I didn't even think about it like that. But I can understand that she kind of, like, not even kind of, she really is right with that. Why is that so much more trendy? But then, like, for years, you know, wanting to see a commercial or even see someone promoting something, and it's not of, like, you know, just this, like, one race. Because you'll see all these, like, movies and whatnot. There's movies of mainly black people in them as well, too. But it's not as trendy when it comes to, like, movies of just, you know, white people or just one race. It's nice to see things that have, you know, a mixture of races in them. However, it's like, where's the commercials where it's just this one race of things? Like, you'll see all these commercials when it's just white people. I don't think I've ever really seen a full-blown commercial that popularized that is just of my race, that is just of black people. So I can understand their strife of that. It's just like, you know, damn, you know, maybe it is more digestible for like white people in that sense. That's why they're promoting it more, and to show that they have a level of diversity. If you really want to show you have a level of diversity, don't just include black and white races. America actually does have other races in them. We just maybe don't see them too often. But like I guess in like, you know, too oftenly and whatnot. But in our area, we will see other races as well. Latino/Hispanic, Asian, hell, Middle Eastern and stuff like that. Like, there's other races in America. Isn't America known for diversity, or land of the free and whatnot? And yet, whenever we have these commercials or these movies, we don't really see other races that aren't black or white. Like, we don't see that. Don't they have the saying that the world is not just black and white? Like, don't we have that saying? And yet, mainly what we see is white and black people, or white and black things and whatnot. Like, and I know it's because America, I guess, is majority white people and black people. Yeah, you know, I could see that as a fact. Like, that's true, I think. But it's not just us. Even though it's majority us, it's not just black and white. Like, you know, there's others. If you really want to be diverse, include others. Actively seek out others and put them in the commercial with white and black people. Have a whole symphony and shit. Like, if you really want to be diverse. But just having, like, you know, white and black people, like, that's what we usually see. Like, come on, man. Include more. Like, give us more. Like, you know, make it enough, goddamn. make it enough. Like, come on. But anyway.
Seeing black women with white men, it gets even more toxic for me.
Oh, you're toxic. What?
I don't.
What? Hold on.
I love John.
That other girl, she said, oh, you're toxic. Why did she say it like that? Damn, I didn't even expect the other girl to say it like that. But to see, like I mentioned earlier, like, you know, to see black women with white men and whatnot. Now, when I was younger, I never really saw an issue with that either, because I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, like when I was younger, I was more naive to some shit. I didn't realize that this would even be an issue, because I was just like, why do people have an issue with this? Like, you know, it's just two people who love each other and whatnot, and you know, they're just showing up and showing out. But as you get older, you will realize more and more that you are starting to see this more and more, and you're not really seeing your own, like, you know, race with each other, and they're not like celebrated out in public. That's why it's like, it's almost seeming rare to see two black people in a relationship. So I can get what they're getting at. Still, to me, when it comes to him though, maybe it's because I'm a fan of him, and so like I'm just protective and stuff. I'm just like, damn it, don't make this an issue for him, bitch. Like, you know, because I don't know if he'd been with that person before fame. That's probably why I was like all jumpity with that shit. Like, probably been with that person before he even got famous, and so it's like he's been dating this certain race of women before he got famous and whatnot. So I was just like, oh my gosh, don't make this like a big issue and just like, you know, down his character just for dating only this race of women, because it reminds me of what they did with Michael B. Jordan and whatnot. But I think they also had an issue because Michael B. Jordan was actively saying some comments. I don't know about that. I never really touched up on it because I was just like, ew, why are we even going over what's happening with this man? I like him, but I don't like him enough to actually say I'm a fan. Like, you know, and then we find out he's dating this preference of women and he's not dating this one, which prompts us to see him dating Lori Harvey, and for us to be like, oh my gosh, this is fake. And it's kind of just like, damn, you know, what do you guys want? Y'all want a couple that's together and they love each other and they're also like, you know, both black as well. Like, y'all want that, and I can understand why you want that, but you want that to be natural. You don't want to just pressure it on another artist who clearly does not have that preference for it. Like with Jonathan Majors, you know, if you have an issue with it, I could see why, but don't bring it to the, like, him or to any interviews or whatever every time, or to the press every time he is on screen or in a like commercial or interview or movie or whatnot. Don't just bring it up, because then it's not gonna feel natural for him to just go and date someone who is of his same race. It's just gonna feel like he's obligated, you know. That's why we saw the Michael B. Jordan, Lori Harvey stuff. People were saying it's fake. Maybe it's because y'all brought this up as an issue so many times. Y'all thought he should go ahead and date, you know, black women and whatnot. And so he ends up dating one, and it doesn't look like natural. It doesn't look like he actually happy. Maybe because he probably didn't want to. Like, it's his preference and whatnot. You know, I'd rather see a couple that, you know, they're both black. They both prefer black, and or actually, they don't just have to prefer black. They could prefer multiple races. I'd rather see a couple that they even openly say they prefer multiple fucking races, not just black and whatnot, or not just white or whatnot. Just, you know, they prefer multiple races and stuff like that. Like, it don't matter as long as this person is like this personality-wise. I'd rather see that overall, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But to see a couple that are together and they were like together either before fame or they've had this preference of each other before they got famous, and then once they got famous, it's like you see it. I'd rather see that. I'd rather not just put that expectation on these artists who are already well, like, you know, not, I say artists, actors, you know, just celebrities who already shown that they don't prefer this. Like, you know, why pressure them into, like, you know, getting into this one thing or doing all this when they've already shown that they don't prefer that. They prefer something else. I'd rather just look for the couples who do actually, you know, prefer their own race or prefer this, that, and the third. Like, I actually rather look at those couples and not just look at this celebrity and be like, you should do this. Like, no. That's probably why I had an issue with it. But anyways, that's all I have to say for this one. I brought this to my attention. Like, this is going to be the ending clip. I brought this to my attention because this short came out of nowhere. I'm going to show you the short before this.
My husband's Italian. My children are 6 and 4. They talk to me like this.
Literally just.
All of our ice cream balls are 100%.
Literally.
My husband's Italian.
I love Jonathan.
That was the shorts before this. Now, ironically, the short before this was Zoe Saldana and her Italian boyfriend, so black woman, and well, she's not really just a black woman. She's mixed herself. She's mixed herself. Ironically, maybe that's why this Jonathan Major short came up, because the short before that, it was Zoe Saldana and her Italian husband and whatnot. And I bring this up because it was random. It feels like it was random, even though I know the short before that probably catered to this short coming up. However, I didn't actively search for this short. I honestly was looking at ice cream. Like, I scrolled up and it was showing somebody rolling ice cream, and then suddenly it gets onto this, and I'm just like, damn. Now, normally I could just like, scroll past it and ignore it, right? But the first keyword she said was, I love Jonathan Majors. And you know how I feel about Jonathan Majors. I made a whole thirsty video that's damn near an hour about this man. Y'all know that I love me some Jonathan Majors. So that's why I stopped and listened to it. But I don't think I read the title. Yeah, I didn't read the title. I didn't read the fucking title. I'm just not reading the title. Interracial dating, I don't celebrate it. I just read the fucking title. I do this to myself. But that's going to be the video for today. Anyways, thank you all for, like, hearing me out on this thing right here. I do tend to rant on certain things. Let me know your ideas on it and whatnot. If you don't like my opinion on it, like, good, we can have a conversation in the damn comments and whatnot. Like, let me know how you feel about it. And so that will be all. Anyways, may peace be with you for an eternity.